Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 4 of working on rebuilding two C4s at once. Still waiting for parts, but today, since I got one of the gaskets, I'm going to pull a trans apart, pull that old one, or not old, the new one I just put in there, and compare the thickness to this one. If that's thinner, that's going to help a lot. I'm still waiting for parts though. There's that selective thrust washer that goes on the end of the front pump stator, and it looks like this. I ordered a couple thicker ones, but they're not going to be here till next week. The ones that I really need are thicker than what I ordered, and I can't find them. I just went around a couple transmission shops in the area asking about it, and they're more of a shop where they just buy a kit and put it in the transmission. They don't have old parts laying around like transmissions shops of yesteryear did, because trans shops nowadays don't care to work on these old things, so they don't even have the old parts laying around. And I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do something, and I'm going to start by yanking that pump off and see what I can figure out. Gathered up a few tools that I was using on valve bodies yesterday. See, these I believe are 9/16. They're not in here tight, they're just snug. I'll get them right out. Now the trick is to pull this out of here without pulling the front clutch out. Take that shaft out, that might help. Got it. Now, measure the gasket thickness. If I have to, which I may have to, I'll make another gasket. I'll just trace this one out, cut it with like utility knife and scissors and hole punch, and make sure that it's zeroed. That looks good. Thickness of what I just pulled out of the trans, 30 thousandths. Thickness of what I bought, 19 thousandths. Good. It's 11 thousandths. So that alone brings my clearance down from, what was it, 58 to 47. Needs to be down 42. Let me see how thick the material I have to make a gasket is. I have Velcro Carapac and 13. This is the thinnest that I have. I'm going to make a gasket out of this and just trace it on here and then carefully cut it out, and I'm going to bolt it together and see how it works out. Alright, got a board on top of a garbage pick TV tray, gasket punch set that makes holes easy. You just pick out the size that you need, put it on there and whack it with a hammer. So I'll figure that out. I have my gasket traced. And get myself some scissors and get busy. And when you punch holes in something like this, it's easier if you leave it bigger, which means, yeah, see that. I'm not going to cut the center part out until after I have the holes punched in there. So I find a hole punch. See, looks good. There's one hole here. These two are smaller. This has already got a small thing on it. Hold that there. Get my hammer. Where did I put the hammer? Oh, here it is. Give it a whack and it punches a hole. You just center it. Whack a tie is done. I'm going to take this off. Go to the next size. Bigger. Get these little holes over here. I was reading the forums, and there's people on there that said that they just make a shim to put under this, kind of the same way, but make it out of steel to make this thicker. I might have to resort to that method. Just take some 30 thousandths sheet metal and make a shim or spacer to go behind that washer. Okay, so those are the round holes. My bucket over here. Oh, perfect shot right in the bucket. Okay. What you can do, which I'm going to do, take the small one and cut out those corners. Then you just have to cut in between the holes. Make that. In fact, this one here, I'll work on that corner. You know, you don't have to use that thing, but makes it easier to hit it. So I'm going to put this little guy on. Knock out these corners. Cut these sections out here. Just an utility knife. probably cut this whole out, inside portion out with this X-Acto knife. All right, let me go test fit it. Just like that, one gasket. Set my gasket punch back in here. I've had this gasket punch set for decades, 30 years more maybe. Sits in the cabinet. When you do need it, it works great. All right, I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do next. And there's the gasket on my front pump. Fits on there just fine. All the mounting holes line up well. The holes for the ports line up. And we're good. Checking it on the pump like this is good for the inside diameter. This outside diameter needs to fit in the case. I'm going to check that too. Oh, man, like a glove, folks. Fits like a glove. All right. Let me stick the pump in there and measure my clearance. All right, grab it. Stick it in there. Got to line it back up on here. Like that. Helps if you put a couple alignment pins in. These are just long bolts with the heads cut off, but I can slide the pump in. Okay, that's all in there good. Dust washers in place. I'm going to stick this on alignment pins. And put the gasket in there first. There. And there. Okay, everything lines up. Pin. I'm going to somehow hold the guts of the trans up. I probably should have glued the gasket on to the case so it doesn't fold over and get pinched. I think that'll work. Stick a few bolts in here. That's good. End plate check. Shaftism in there all the way. This goes on here. Magnets on. 0 gauge. Pry. .36 that time. 0. 36, 0, 36. We're in spec. Spec is 8 to 44. I'd like to be a little closer to 8. 36 is acceptable. So I'll see what I can come up with when I get the shims that I'm waiting for. Because I have some of these on order, but they won't be here for a couple days. And maybe that'll get it in spec. I'll have to wait and see. UPS came. I got some parts I needed. Got the front pump bushings, reverse servo, and a pan-filled dipstick tube. And dipstick that I just dropped. So that's good. Not really gonna get me too far now because I need the this thing, thrust washers. Oh, I also got a shift lever. It's like a universal style shift lever. It's gonna go right on here so that this is the kick down. Let's go on this other part. So for park reverse, neutral, drive, and all that. I got parts, just not the parts I need. While I'm waiting for the parts to get here, probably won't be here until Tuesday. This is Friday. I started taking apart another valve body, cleaning up the valves, getting them so they move free and easy. They're pretty easy to clean. I just stick them in my drill, spin it, and hold some 600 sandpaper on the valve and let it spin. It just kind of polishes the valve. It doesn't really take a lot of metal off the diameter. And in the bores, what I do is I take a piece of 600 paper, kind of roll it into a tube, shove that in there and spin it, move it around, just to get all the gunk and varnish and crud out of the holes, because you want those valves to slide real smooth and easy. That's going to bring me to the end of part 4, rebuilding 2 C4 transmissions at the same time. Thank you for watching this episode on Dan's Messy Garage. Please stay tuned to my channel for updates on this project and more projects to come. Bye.